defense principles for?
I mean, the size is one thing. The problems that he presents with just length and athleticism alone. The threat that he becomes at the rim and how he gets there. If he's in the paint, he's at the rim. But throw on his skill set of being able to handle the ball in pick and roll and shoot the ball in pick and roll. As a big guy, typically when you guard guys like that, you're not used to that. The overall skill set, you just can't say enough about for a guy that size and that age.
Obviously, guarding against him is more than just Jarrett, right? So which players' roles become even more heightened defensively as in terms of, help side, backside defense?
Well, it's all our guys. When they put him in the pick and roll, you got to be in your spots early to protect one another. If you're late and you're trying to play with him at the rim, it's over with. So your weak side defense has to find him early when he's on his rolls above the free throw line. Try to impede him. The guys who are on the ball have to do a great job of getting back in front of the ball so then you can release your big guy. But this is going to be a team effort tonight trying to defend him.
Christian.
I'm sorry.
Christian.
Hey, my name is Christian. I'm a Cavaliers captain. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
You're 10.
It's Kids Club Day here at the field house. Do you have a message you want to share with all those young Cavs fans out there?
Yeah, have fun. Keep it positive, and love what you do.
Great message.
Thank you.
Really great. When you were younger, did you always want to be a coach, or was there anything else you liked to do?
I love to play basketball. I just wasn't good enough. But my dad was a coach, so I always wanted to be a coach just like my dad.
Chris.
Hey, JB.
What's up, Chris?
This stretch that you've had with Donovan playing basically full-time point guard, what have you thought about that, and how does that inform your decision-making when it comes to backup point guard-related stuff as the season progresses?
Obviously Donovan is capable. What I think you've seen is other guys step up in a way also. And Donovan's done a really good job of empowering people and not feeling like he has to be the guy that just dominates the ball. Like you watch us when he's out there and Isaac will bring the ball up some, Max will bring the ball up some. So it hasn't been, where he feels like he has to carry the weight himself. But we all know that he's capable of doing it. And, you see, how he's sharing the ball, his assist numbers and those types of things, have continued to go up. His potential assists have gone up as well. So he's capable. But also, you look at what Craig has done. And I think Craig has proved that he can be a, full-time backup point guard and run a unit himself. So we're fortunate. Obviously when Darius gets back, you have to make some tougher decisions because everybody doesn't get to play, but we're fortunate to be protected in that position.
Pop has enjoyed coaching Jetty, likes his high energy. Is that your experience with him?
Yeah, Jetty is he's a joy to be around, and he's consistent. He's not a guy who, allows the NBA season to change his emotions. Jetty is a really good human being, and most importantly, every single day, that's what he cares about. Whether he was playing a ton of minutes or not in the lineup, like he still was the same person. And I don't expect that to change because his location changed. That's just who he is.
Jackson.
Jackson, flicking to right down Euclid. Imani had 38 points last night with the Charge. What have you seen from his development down there?
Again, it's like offensively, he's a natural. His ability to put the ball in the basket in so many different ways. He's so creative with the ball in his hands, but he's got an understanding of the game, in a way that I think, people haven't given him credit. I go back to just thinking about, Summer League, and, he found a way to 16 to 20 points, and, it wasn't about plays being run for him. You watch him score in transition, you watch him get offensive rebounds, you see him cut. He's got a complete offensive package that I think obviously with time is just going to continue to get better. But it's great for him to get the reps, playing against professionals, bigger guys, older guys, stronger guys, so that he can continue to improve. But I think you see what's there.
Why are the G League reps so important for him?
He just needs reps at pro basketball. You think about, how young he is and his experience in college, and, improvement comes from repetition. And we're fortunate that the Charge is here in Cleveland with us, so we get to see them on a day-to-day basis. But, players, and you see it in the past, like they don't improve if they don't play. And I think that was one of the, kind of the old things that we didn't have before the G League and all that stuff, where young players were just sitting on the end of benches and you would try to get them reps in practice, but they didn't have a chance to get reps and they didn't get better. So you don't get better unless you play. And I think it's a great opportunity for him to go and play for a coach like Mike Garrity, who knows how to develop young players and give them confidence also.
Ethan.
JB, we've talked about the importance of mental health over the stretch, and especially with Ricky leaving the game to go prioritize his. Has there been conversations with the team about the importance of it?
Yeah, we try to focus on all that stuff as much as we possibly can, and it's more about how we treat each other and trying to be quality people towards one another and understanding how people are feeling and allowing people to express themselves. We have Dr. Pandya, who's here with our team and works with our guys. We have group sessions where we talk to him about different things. But we prioritize people being able to be the best versions of themselves, and that's not just basketball players. We don't try to put people in a box and tell them they have to act or be or a certain way. And by doing that, people feel confident and comfortable being themselves and can express themselves and get whatever attention or preemptive that they need. And I think that's what's most important is guys in this day and age not feeling like it's not okay to be vulnerable and feel a certain way. And I think obviously going back to our time with Kevin, what DeMar DeRozan has done, like they've shed a light on mental health and made it okay for people to talk about it and not feel like it's something you have to fear, which just adds more pressure and makes it even more difficult.
Tim.
JB, as soon as the game's over, you're flying to Paris. I know as the head basketball coach, you're concerned about the game Thursday with Brooklyn, but a unique experience. So how do you balance that with the guys to say, hey, enjoy it, but we got the Nets to play?
Well, we got the Spurs to play first, and that's kind of been our message. And there is, and it's not easy because there is so much stuff that's going around and so many things that are different as far as how you're packing, where you have to put your bags, all these different things that we have to do to get ready for it that can, lead to your mind kind of going there. But our message is, we got to focus on San Antonio. And then, we get past San Antonio, we'll get on a plane, and then we'll go enjoy an experience that, we're extremely fortunate to be a part of, to represent not only the Cavaliers, but the NBA on an international scale is a big compliment to this group of guys. And we need to go out and handle it the right way. And handling it the right way means going out and being as competitive as we can on Thursday for the world to see. But you want the guys to embrace the opportunity to go to Paris. Not everybody's had the opportunity to go there, spend time there, learn, see the history, experience it. So we'll try to find a way to manage both of those. But life is more than basketball. And we try to preach that to our guys, so we want them to experience and enjoy the moment as well.
Last question, Christian.
So being that your dad was an NBA coach, has he given you any tips or pointers for the season?
Yes, every day. He and I talk quite a bit. He's actually here now, which is fun for me. And the biggest thing that he's told me is be honest, right? You tell people the truth, whether they want to hear it or not, and at some point in time, they make the decision if they want to hear it, if they want to respect you for it. But most people will, at the end of the day, respect you if you're honest with them. And you care more about the players and the people you work with as more than just players or, people you work with. They're human beings, and treat them like that.
You have a top tip from him as to the season and throughout? Yeah,
for this season, it's just about bringing the guys together. And trying to get the guys, to compete for something bigger than themselves and do whatever it takes to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, one more question.
Go for it.
What does a day without basketball look like for you?
I try to spend as much time as I can with my family. I've got a son who's your age. He's 10 years old also. I've got a daughter that's 11 and a daughter that's 12. So because we travel so much, I try to spend as much time with them as I can. They're soccer players, so I try to go to their soccer practices or go to their games and that type of stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's gonna
Thank
wrap
you.
it, Coach. Thanks, everybody.